holding on, and I was trying. And I mean, there was no lack of energy or effort or hours going in, but it was so unaligned to my soul. That was not the role of my soul. And so you can pour as much into that as you want, but it was just pouring out the other side. It's like a leaky bucket. It was just awful for me. It made me really unwell. Whereas exactly to your point, when we look at purpose, which gives us energy, more often it is related to things that we loved when we were younger. You know, it is related to, I'm a type A, seems like you are. I work hard. I don't mind that. But I will not have any, I can put a whole day aside to write. I'm writing a book at the moment as well. And I can put a whole day aside for something. And if I'm not engaged, if it's not, you know, for whatever reason, it could be external factors, but if I'm not really there, I could sit there for 8 hours and have nothing. But if I'm like, you know, in the right space and I'm engaged in what it is that I'm doing, which for me is an act of service, and I know it's for the greater good in some way, it's just going to flow. And I don't mind late nights. I don't mind burning the candle in all the ways either. I'm not afraid of hard work, but I am afraid of bad work. And I think that's a big distinction.
Well, I think you're saying something really key there, like passion and purpose, doing something in service. Like we have to find that combination, because that's what really allows us to tick. Because I think what we're talking about when we're playing it small, we're not following, you know, our passion. We're not following our purpose. We're not following that alignment of our soul wherever we're supposed to be going. And then that's what I think maybe where we feel that stuckness, because it's like, I have to do this. I have to take care of my family. I have to pay my mortgage. But I mean, I just feel like that's a recipe for disaster. It's a recipe for unhappiness. It's a recipe to not feel fulfilled. It's a recipe for even resentment.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Hi everyone. Long-term relationships. Yeah. Like, you know, have the keeping score in the background. I mean, relationships burn out. You know, let's be honest. Like we burn out at work, we burn out in relationship, we burn out in dynamics. And absolutely, if this is not something that you're, you know, relationships, if we're lacking appreciation, fulfillment, connection, that's going to burn out and become toxic. And that's the same when we look at work environments or anything that we're dedicating our time to. And you can burn out doing things that you love as well. Like I have a young daughter. I love her dearly, but that can be depleting and exhausting. So it doesn't mean I don't passionately adore that girl and she's part of my life's purpose, but you can absolutely burn out doing things that you love too. And people that work particularly in nurturing and caregiving roles like teachers and healthcare professionals, the burnout rate there is insane. And not because, you know, the hours are often hard and unforgiving, but also because you're in a role and always have been of one of giving over to others and caring. So yeah, there's so much in this, but to cultivate, I mean, I've learned, and it's funny, the older I get, almost the more simple it gets. Doesn't mean that my brain's, but I find things more, and this sounds like a really horrible word, but I don't mean it badly. Like this is an energetic term, but things just become quite repellent to me quite quickly. As in, I have a client come to me and I just think, do you know what? I personally can't do this because it's going to take too much from me. And maybe it's just a part of their journey they're on, that it's not quite right, and I'm not the right person to be in service of them just then. You know, or a project that might come in, or maybe a brand wants to work with me, and it could be lucrative and great, but it's going to take from it. And I've just become very, very, very aware of that. So that's something that I'm sort of personally working on and tuning more into. But absolutely, to your point, I love that you said that. I'm more the girl I was teens and early 20s, but with the autonomy of a woman in her 40s. And it's really cool to kind of be there now.